They say that postpartum psychosis is quite kaleidoscopic. So one minute you can be completely lucid, another minute you can be completely psychotic, completely hallucinating. And I think sometimes mums are very scared of talking and voicing their opinions because you think that, you know, they're going to take your baby away. The really brave thing is to ask for help. If you are bipolar or if there is a history of psychosis in your family, there is a higher risk that you will go on to develop postpartum psychosis. But for about 50% of cases, it's completely out of the blue. I had no previous experience of any sort of mental health issues. I think in my case, the reason that it happened was maybe due to trauma. I ended up having an emergency C-section and then actually had another C-section 3 weeks later because they'd left a swab in me. 2 or 3 weeks down the line after giving birth, I started experiencing hallucinations, delusions. I thought I had 2 babies. Some of my hallucinations were smell as well. And I remember walking around town and people were staring in the pram at him. And I was like, well, why are they staring in the pram? You know, is he there? And his dad was like, well, of course he's there. You know, we can see him. I was like, well, I can see him. Can everybody else? I was actually living in Brazil at the time, and obviously I had no access to any of the perinatal services that we have in the UK. I didn't have access to a mother and baby unit, and obviously with the language barrier with me as well wasn't helpful. There were times when I was like, I know something isn't right and I know that I'm trying to ask for help, but they didn't realise sort of what sort of help it was that I needed. It was like, oh, you just need help with the baby. You really need to listen to the family and the partner around that mum because they know that mum the best and they know when they are acting out of character. And then it was through my research that I found Action on Postpartum Psychosis, which offer peer support to mums and families that have been affected by that. And I remember connecting with these women who had been through something similar. Even though everybody's experiences are completely different, there's always tiny elements where you're like, oh yeah, no, me too. And it just normalizes things. And I think speaking about it, where you know there's going to be no judgment, there's no stigma, is really, really empowering. You're taking back control and it really helps that recovery for people. From those interactions on that forum, when we moved back to the UK, I actually volunteered with them, and now I work on mother and baby units, which, you know, it is an acute psychiatric ward, but it's so different. A lot of the new mother and baby units have been designed by experts with experience, so it is homely, and they are all there to support you with your bond with your baby and to get you better. Because the thing with postpartum psychosis, it's horrible, it's scary, it's horrendous, but it is so treatable. Once you get the right medications in place and the right support, that recovery can start so much quicker. I feel really honoured to be able to support these mums through the worst time of their lives and sort of say to them, I know you don't think you will get better, but you will. That's really powerful, and the fact that you can hold that hope for those women and be like, no, you will get through this.